our speaking class today. And first, I want to show you some pictures. Do you know who is him?
Donald Trump.
Yeah, and what about her? And yeah, it's Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. And we all know that there is a big election like last week in the United States to elect the next president of the United States. And then I want you to look at the video and then focus on the questions. The first one is, what is this video about? And then what did the people say in the video to express their opinion?
I think he is fantastic. He is a man that will get things done. He knows how to get good people around him that are smart and know how to fix things.
I like the way he thinks about the border, putting the wall up. He's talking about keeping the military, building it up, and he's going to help the ones that get hurt more. I just believe in him. I think he's going to be one of the best presidents there ever was.
I support Donald Trump because he knows the changes that need to be made to make our country much better than it already is.
Because he's a good businessman.
I'm supporting Donald Trump because I asked this very simple question. How has it been going the last 30 years with governors and senators and career politicians being president? We are $20 trillion in debt. 20 million people out of work or underemployed. The borders are wide open. Failed health care. We've lost our status around the world. Incomes have gone down under this administration and others. We need to secure the borders. So I want a person that has created tens of thousands of jobs, not worried about being politically correct, and says what's on his mind and what.
And yeah, and because of the time, anyway, I have to stop here. And then can you just answer the questions? The first one, what it is about?
People's opinion, why they support Trump.
Yeah. And then can you recall what did they say to express their opinion?
I support him because.
Yeah. Anything else?
I like him just because.
Yeah. Here are many expressions in this video, like I support Donald because, and then I like him because, and then I think something else. So the aim for today's class is teach you how to express your own opinion. And then here's a list of the way for you to express your own opinion. Like I feel, I think, I believe, in my opinion, in my point of view, as far as I know. And if you want to express agreement, you can use I totally agree with, I strongly support, I like the idea. And if for the disagreement, we can use I don't agree, it is not true because perhaps you are right, but I think, and also I'm against the idea of. Are you all clear with this?
Yes. Okay, so I would like to give you some questions. Yeah. And I would like now for you to work in pairs, maybe you two together, you two and you two. So now you can work in pairs, ask and answer using the questions that you are having in hand. And when it is very relevant, use the expressions to support your idea, okay? Now, you have 2 minutes.
Do you agree with what you think about this election?
This election, like fighting for everyone. It is like Hillary just. It is very different from the previous election because in the previous election they just say what I can do for the country, but in this election they always said what are the disadvantages of the drawbacks of and always say some scandals of each other.
Right.
Yeah, it has a limitation.
For
It's like a
example,
joke, the primary school joke of the world, and anyone
high school or
college, but not the highest. It will be disaster for there are many presidents of the world.
the government will. You think, right?
Yeah. Other people become disaster. Actually, it's the same, right? If a businessman can be a good president, people need to pay more taxes. Yes. So I don't agree with it. Do you agree with Donald Trump's plan to build a wall across U.S. and Mexico border?
I think
Actually, I don't agree with it.
I think it's very strict. A businessman may
Thank you very much. Good job. I just want to remind you a little bit that when we speak, usually we forget the final sounds. Sometimes we forget the final sounds, like limitations. I think that sometimes we don't pronounce that very clearly. So maybe you can pay more attention to improve that next time. But anyway, very good job. Thank you.
Okay, now let's do some practice. Free discussion. If you were an American resident, who will you prefer to be the president? Although it is related to the politics, and try your best to express your own opinion about it. And
What we can choose is just Hillary and
yeah, just Hillary or
Debate? Is it debate?
just Hillary and Trump. Yeah. And you can use these phrases. For example, I think Hillary can be the president because she is beautiful. Right? Okay, two of them, group 12 and group 11.
Oh, okay.
Give you a few seconds and give me a final discussion result. Right?
I would America. I would like to choose Hillary.
I think Trump
has
no idea about politics.
I think he was always bragging about everything.
Because I think he's ridiculous, and the idea come up from his mind was really strange. Because, for example, this one, he wants to build a wall across America and Mexico.
Yeah, it seems like it's not very realistic.
And he always has some comments about racism.
Although I don't like Hillary.
But actually, I choose none of them. I want to give up my vote.
Yeah, me too.
Hillary is better than Trump.
It looks like.
But that's because she is a politician.
Yeah.
Just this is a politician.
She has many experience about how to deal with events in the country.
Okay, everyone spot it because of the time. So, group 11, can you give me your result?
We think if we were the president in America, we would like to choose Hillary.
Yeah. Why?
Because I'm against the idea of Trump's many ideas of Trump's. For example, he wants to build a wall. And I don't think he has the clear idea about how to deal with the event in the country, and Hillary is maybe better. Yes, maybe better and good at dealing with this political thing.
Thank you, and group 5.
Because we are not familiar with the two presidents. Yeah. So we just talk about what factors we should consider when we choose or elect the president. For example, what contributions he or she can make to the country, to the people, and what he or she can bring to us. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, this is our speaking class, and today there is no homework. See you next time.
Okay, bye.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. So, what did you think about it? So, you know you were going to do speaking skills, and which skills you were going to do, was it mentioned at the beginning?
Express your opinion.
Yeah, so which speaking skills would that be? If the group specify which speaking skills or can-do statements they want to teach in this lesson. Express your opinion. What would that be?
How to express their own ideas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Seminar skill.
Pardon?
Seminar skill.
Seminar skill? What is seminar skill?
For example, I agree, I disagree.
Was it not speaking about fluency, accuracy?
Yes, it's about fluency or accuracy.
Was it more about fluency, accuracy? What do you think? Not group 10. But
I think it's more about fluency because he gave me a sentence structure at first because I disagree, I agree or something.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What about the others? What do you agree? Okay. Do you think that the teaching materials and activities were appropriate for the teaching objectives? So here, expressing your opinion. Did you think the teaching materials were good?
I think it's more political because we should pay more attention to the political things.
Yeah. I think the video was good.
Yes.
Yeah. Because it's relevant to the topic because you hear people expressing their opinion, native speakers expressing their opinion, so you can get an idea on how to progress. Yeah. Okay. What's the level you're targeting? Which CFR are you targeting? B1, B2, C1, C2?
What's your
we plan to do C1.
Okay, C1.
Where they can, because they want to express their, if they agree or disagree, they can use the reasons, they can compare, contrast.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, I was almost cutting you. No. Yeah. I think it's appropriate for C1 to talk about these matters because you have to think about other stuff. Okay, it's not just the politics in this case, isn't it? You have to go and use sub-themes and everything. Okay? Maybe when you introduce the expressions, opinions-related expressions and phrases, that could have been like a revision, tiny bit, because in C1 you expected to already be able to give an opinion. Okay? So that should have been more like a tip kind of area. Remember, we say this like this and like that. Okay? Because C1, you're normally upper advanced, so you already advanced level, so you already normally are supposed to know how to make an opinion. Okay? So I think it's really relevant, but just the expression, you're not teaching them the expression in this case. Okay? Which is not a bad thing in itself either. Okay? The idea is to talk, of course. So, any comments or observation on the speaking activities or tasks in terms of learning to speak? Do you have any comments, guys? The activity, did you find it good? What did you find about the activities, speaking activities?
I think that speaking activity is good because it's from learn the expression first, and then we have a restricted output and authentic, and we can at the end we can express our own opinion, not according to the video or other materials.
Yeah. Okay. The others? I can hear a lot of one person, but I would love to hear a bit more about the others.
I think the activities are good, but one thing maybe forgotten because of the activity, we finish it, but no
reflection.
Yeah, no reflection, no collection to collect the feedback of the students, no presentation.
Okay, this could be explained by the time limit, I suppose. Did you prepare it in your lesson plan? Okay, because I saw you cut twice. You did 10 minutes, so this is perfect. You did but maybe sometimes instead of cutting through the activities, you have to cut some other parts beforehand.
And Boon gave us some feedbacks after we talk about after we have the discussion about this question.
Yeah, I think this could be easily explained because of the time limit in this case. Okay, so maybe I don't think you'll have another go right away, but when we do the practice just before the assessment, try to think of like, okay, we have 10 minutes. What can we cut beforehand? Okay, what's the most important bits that we want to use? If it's speaking, feedback is kind of good to use at the end. Okay, so what minute can we get rid of beforehand to have time to do that after? Okay, so it's not really a criticism, it's just that something missing, but obviously we can't really do much about it. Okay, yeah. But if it's in your lesson plan or your revised lesson plan, we know it's there and we just know it's a matter of time management in there. Okay? Any other observation, comments? Yeah?
This is just my personal opinion, but I have 3 points to share. The first one is about the topic. I think the topic is very contemporary and hotly debated nowadays, but what happens if for example, the 3 of us, we are in the same group, but we didn't watch the presidential election debate, or we didn't follow, so we have hardly information about this topic. So in the discussion, we feel quite bored and didn't have anything to say much. So what's the solution of the teacher? I think the teacher can go around the class and maybe provide some scaffolding when we discuss.
Okay, I know it's relevant, on this topic it's hard not to have heard about it at your level. I guess it could happen with other topics though, fair enough, that's true. So maybe you can prepare a small presentation to introduce the topic. Okay, but I would say maybe usually if you do a speaking class, you might have previous work on a topic. Okay, so usually they might have already opinions. Yeah, I know it's a one-off and it's a good point to raise, but normally context-wise, you probably had a few lessons beforehand on the same topic, usually, or a topic related to that topical news that we just. Okay, maybe you were working on politics subject for the past weeks. And this happened, and now you're trying to do the speaking about it, okay? But that's a good point to raise. Sometimes maybe, you can provide a bit of scaffolding. Okay, do you have another point you said?
The second point is about the part when they provide us some structures to express our opinion. So again, I think it would be better if they elicit more, because that is not difficult phrases. So I think most of the structures we have already know that, so just a few seconds to elicit students to respond and to contribute, so that first they can activate our prior knowledge, and second it improves our sense, like we have the sense of we can contribute something to the lesson. So
give us an example of how to give your opinion and
rather
so on.
than teacher just stand there and states all the language function.
Okay, that goes with the fact that the level, okay, that could be a good way actually, to make them remember the previous work and revise on what they do. Okay.
And the final point is the last teacher's instructions, because I find it not very clear, because when he gives instruction on the final task, at first we didn't really get what we are supposed to do, whether we work in pairs or we work in groups. Or
Okay, yeah, I noted that, and I think you had a good reaction, to be fair, to the first instruction. You had a question, but then you bounced back on it, okay? That's something maybe to work on when you do your lesson planning, but I found it nice that you managed to react to it without a problem. The question came up and you explained it again better, okay? So that's a good point to raise, and it's also a good point to notice that you actually managed it really well. Okay? Because it's a problem. I found it sometimes myself. You prepare all your instruction, you get in front of the class and you don't have the instruction in front of you, and you say it like this. You understand it perfectly what you want the students to do, but the students look at you like, and you're like, oh, did I forget a verb? Did I forget something? Yeah, so sometimes it's not so easy. But yeah. Okay. Anything else? No? Do you have any questions to ask your classmates maybe? No? Okay. Good.